Good morning. Saturday, June 17th. Give a quick update. There's my beautyberry bush. I just started this tote garden I saw online. I'm trying to grow these Kajari melons and I've had a hard time, and they finally are starting to look good. And of course my gardens are full. So I came up with this idea, hoping that'll work. All this messy looking stuff is all my slug control. They are just killing my plants, but giving it a shot. So the beautyberry coming along nicely. Got little baby berries. Potatoes are getting near the end. Canna lily. Tomatoes. Can't even see them down in there. There they are. Still green. The verbena, this is interesting because I've got this one lone white flower on this plant. And all I can figure is that they cross-pollinated or hybridized this plant from a purple and a white one, and this white one is just went back to its roots, I guess. Kind of cool. These milk jugs are here because I've got these peanuts along the front, and I had these two open spots. I keep planting peanuts and they keep not growing. I'm thinking squirrels may be digging them out, so this is my attempt to keep them out. We'll see if it works. Cosmos and dahlias and sunflowers are doing great. Got 2 dahlias this morning, looking beautiful. Got buds galore. And there's some more buds, or sorry, more flowers opening up. Lots of buds, different kinds. And then my 8-foot tall carrots, doing great. So there's that garden. My Super Sweet 100s. This is the one I got the first red cherry tomato from. Doing good. I got my sunflowers coming back here. These sunflowers are getting tall. I think I made the mistake of staking them and tying them, and I'm hoping that they'll get strong enough to stand up on their own, because right now a lot of them are still being held up with strings, but this one in particular is all not supporting itself, so I think I did it harm by doing that, but live and learn. Hibiscus is loaded with lots and lots of buds and getting flowers every day. And let's see, the cucumber I planted on here, second one. First one died, second one almost died, but looks like it might be hanging in there, so fingers crossed that will make it. Cone flowers, blanket flowers, snapdragons, Shasta daisies, sunflowers back behind here. There's another carrot. This one's orange, an orange carrot. This one over here, the tall one, is a purple. Can't see it in the sunshine, but that's a purple carrot. This garden is looking beautiful. I had just this one blanket flower a few years ago, and I helped the babies move along the front, and this is what I was waiting for. Maybe next year it'll be totally filled in. Maybe by the end of this year it'll totally fill in. Stuck another tomato plant back there because I have too many tomato plants, so no place to put them. Bee balm is doing spectacular. Butterfly bush is not doing very good for some reason, but they're hanging in there. Yarrow and the passion flower is just taken over. Oh look, the gladiolas are beautiful. A lot of them got knocked over in the wind the other day. Disappointing. These daylilies have been putting on a show. They're not open quite yet, but they've been beautiful. But I love how the passion flower has filled in. I do have to watch out for suckers and volunteers coming up everywhere, but I like how it's filling in along the fence there. This garden it's got sunflowers and hollyhocks near the back, dianthus, mom along the front, some annuals I don't know the names of, more gladiolas and sunflowers, and I think there's a hollyhock back there. Yes, there's a hollyhock back there. Columbine, which is obviously done, dianthus. These sunflowers are doing great, starting to get taller than the fence. Daylilies putting on their show. Morning glories climbing up the fence. I mean, the trellis just went all the way up to here. So I'm excited about that. Everything is really coming into its glory now. I do have one hollyhock at the front on both sides. Ginger's in front of the sunflowers there. It's real pretty. Some nice healthy hollyhock down here. These morning glories were not as healthy as ones on the other side, but oh, there's a little frog, a little toad. He hops around, he lives over here. He hops around and startles me a lot, but he's harmless and hopefully he's eating bad things. So these morning glories are doing good, starting to climb now. Again, the daylilies, more sunflowers back here. Got a morning glory going up here. I'm gonna go on the fence. Some more gladiolas that didn't fall over yet. And my annuals. And then back here I got this cool coneflower, orange, but I think it's supposed to be multicolored. I don't know. Color multi. So we'll see. Oranges and yellows maybe? It's very cool. I love it. All these annuals are filling in nicely. I got the pineapple lily starting to make a pineapple. Isn't that cute? Looks like a pineapple. I think they're the coolest things. It made a baby a couple years ago. Whoops, let me make this smaller. This one back here is a baby, second plant. It has not yet made a pineapple. So I don't know if I need to transplant it. They're pretty close together, but we'll see. There's another coneflower I got from Bree. That's a new one. White one is pretty. These straw flowers are doing great. They're cool because they sound like straw. They feel like dried flowers. They don't feel like fresh flowers, but they're very, very beautiful and very prolific. Got a brown-eyed Susan starting. Morning glories going up that fence. Asters are blooming little hearts out. I didn't think they'd bloom till fall, but they're going crazy over here. They like this area. It's my little watermelon plant growing. There's a little watermelon back there. Here it is. On this nice platform Tom built for me. It's working well. Wisteria had a second wave of blooms that look like they're done now. And here is my container garden, doing great. Everything's doing great. Still have pest pressure, but these 4 o'clock flowers are finally starting to take off. Got a lot of ammunition in there against those slugs. And these are all these tomatoes I bought because, I don't know why. Because I went to get some determinate tomatoes and they were in a pack of 9. I did not need 9, but that's what I got. So they're everywhere. Cantaloupe. I don't know if I have any melons on here yet, but looks like it's doing okay. Strawberries and nasturtiums, fighting it out. I had never grown nasturtiums before and didn't know how big they were going to get. So I took some out already because I don't want them to overtake the strawberries. But they're looking pretty for now. They're supposed to be good in your garden. Potatoes. This is my rice. It's finally growing. I have just a fraction of what I planted, but I think this is finally going to make it. I wish it was fuller, but I'll take what I can get. It was a rough start, but they're looking good now. Look at my watermelons. I'm so excited about the watermelons. They're still tiny, but they're so pretty. Look at that one there. It's so exciting. Just love being out in my garden. All right, we have a neighborhood garden walk today in about 45 minutes. So I'm excited to see other people's gardens and show off mine. Tomato, again, this is the straw bale. Another morning glory, just because I planted them and had to find places for them. So that's going up against the fence. Here's the poppies. They are still going strong. Oops, still going strong over there. And I have sunflower and moonflower over here. And this is my vegetable bed. There's potatoes that will be coming out soon. Beets, I've been thinning them, but they're going strong. Cucumbers are starting to grow nicely. I have a cucumber down here. This is the Bait Alpha. And these are more, bug, go away bug. Okay. Those are more Kajari melons, I believe. Yes, those are Kajari melons. And I think that one might be too. So many things died, I'm not sure what actually made it, so I'll be surprised. But this is quite prolific, which I thought it would be. Very crowded, and it is, but it's okay. The onions and lettuce will come out. The lettuce will come out soon. Onions will come out a little bit at a time. These are green apple cucumbers, and they are just loaded. If I can get in there to see them even, but there they are. They look like little green apples, I guess. I've never had one. I hope I like them because they're producing like crazy. So hopefully they'll be good. Carrots are doing good. The multicolored ones, and there's white, yellow, orange, and purple. And the white ones I don't like very much. They're kind of bitter and woody, but the other ones are very good. This is the clematis that I thought I killed. It came back from its original spot. I tried to move it over here. You can see that didn't take well, but fortunately it came back, so I'm leaving it there and just training it over to the fence like I've done every year before. I'll be fine. Bleeding Heart's doing great, filling in nicely. The black and blue, of course, bring all the hummingbirds right to my kitchen window so I can take pictures of them. All my tomatoes are doing great. These they're Black Beauty or Black Krim, I'm not sure, but they're very cool looking. And I've never had those before. Purple Garden. This is my cream sausage tomato that finally came back after being devoured by birds. And we got some buds coming up on them here. I'm excited about that one. Lots of green tomatoes on this. Just a few on this plant. And then eggplants. I'm not sure when to pick those because I don't eat them. So I don't know if they're a delicacy when they're young like this or if I should let it get really big. I will be sharing to the highest bidder, so maybe somebody who gives me some good advice about it will be the lucky recipient of that. Amaryllis is done. The blueberries are just starting to come into their own. I picked a handful today. A couple little blue ones in there. And the unfortunate thing is the birds are getting through here. I think I said it last time. The birds are going through this chicken wire. The small ones are. I put more netting. We've got netting on the door, so they're not coming in that way. We put wood at the top where the gap was to try to keep them out there. There's another blueberry. And I put netting on this side over the top of the chicken wire. But they force their way through these holes. It's amazing what they'll do to get in there. There's a bluebird on the top of the trellis. Aren't they beautiful? I just love the bluebirds. We still have 2 eggs. She goes in there, Mama goes in there and sits in that house, but occasionally, I don't know. It's been an awful long time. I don't think they're gonna make it. Moonflowers, volunteer tomato, and the loofah. Look at the loofah after all this time. It's finally time to do something. I thought sure it was gonna die, but it's going. So all of these 4 plants typically are huge, and this is not a very big area, so we'll see how that all works out for me. Here's the nasturtiums that I pulled out, sitting in a bucket of water. I don't know what to do with them. More black and blues I'm pulling out. I'll share with friends, anybody who wants them. I built this deer cage because the deer were eating my Rose of Sharon. So it's a little overkill. I did not want to cut that chicken wire because I wanted to save it big like that for future uses. And this is a temporary situation. But if I can get that Rose of Sharon to survive till it gets big enough to be chewed on a little bit by the deer, right now I'm afraid the deer are going to kill it. So, or just mow it down to nothing. So it's a little bit overkill and it looks a little silly in the front yard, but do what you got to do. And the angel trumpet is just filling out and it's monstrous. It's beautiful. So that's my quick garden tour this morning, and I have to go get ready for our neighborhood garden walk. And we'll do another video next week. Oh, look at that cosmo. Isn't that beautiful? Have a good week. See you next week.